Morning guys, snow's almost gone today. It's just turned into a right old sludgy old mess now. So yeah, I'm just out walking the dogs, but they're a little bit reluctant. Don't think they really want to go. But I just popped out because me and Sarah are going to pop out after. Also, I just finished editing the video from yesterday, the Twizy one, the driving one. So much footage. I'm sorry you had to sit through that lot, guys. It was like 40 minutes or something like that. Not that any of you did. It probably just skipped through to the interesting bits. But yeah, it was just I just had loads to say about it. I think that's just generally what happens. So apologise if it was boring. Where are you going? We're not going through there today. It's just started raining as well. Funny how they speed up when they're on the way home. So I've already been looking into how to expand the range of the Twizy without actually kind of, you know, changing the battery and going that route just yet, because I don't know, I'm not going to be doing that this year, obviously, since it's nearly the end of this year already. But I need to really sort of do a lot of research on this and work out what's going to happen with that. But for now, I was thinking maybe you could make like some sort of like range extender using like sort of lithium batteries, more lithium batteries, using maybe like 18650 cells. Like you'd still need quite a lot of them, but in theory you could, I mean, my e-bike battery is an 84 volt battery and it has 30 amp hours. So if you could get it somewhere near, I don't know, this charger would run on 115 volts DC, maybe I could actually use that to charge the Twizy, you know, if you're out and about and if you're really stuck, like some sort of backup battery. You know, I was thinking about using like an inverter, but a 12 volt inverter like what I've got in the solar trailer, but even to do like 1000 watt charge on the actual car. So, you know, you're talking like 4 or 5 amps at the mains. It's going to be pulling like 80 amps from the 12 volt battery bank, so that's not really kind of doable unless you go up to like 48 volts and then the current comes down to a more sensible level. I've only got a 48 volt 16 amp hour battery made of 18650s. That's the only other battery that I've got, so that's not really going to work. So yeah, unless I make another pack up or get another pack made to bridge, so that I could link it to the 84 volt one and get somewhere around 110 volts DC. And I don't know if this charger in the Twizy would actually run off just straight DC. That would be the best bit. And then potentially you could have, yeah, you could charge the Twizy at full power and, oh, slippery. Yeah, I don't know, some thinking about anyway. One thing's for sure, it certainly needs a clean. I've not even cleaned it yet, it's not really much point. I've got quite a lot of nice cleaning gear, which I'm going to have to get out and see what I've got. Right, I'm just about to upload this video. This is a video that you would have seen already. It's nearly 20 gigabytes. 20 gigabytes, what was I thinking? Right guys, it's the evening now. Didn't really film anything earlier, but me and Sarah just went out, just done a bit of Christmas shopping and stuff like that, and just had a generally chilled one. But this has arrived. So I've got this, this is like a I keep saying that, a heated seat pad. It was only cheap, I just picked it up to see what it was like. One thing I wanted to do was just see how much current it actually draws, because as I was saying, the Twizy accessory jack isn't really rated for that much power. So I was going to just plug this in to, where is it, that, this is just like an adapter, and rig it up to this power supply probably, and just see how much current it actually takes, and that way I'll know whether it'd be any good for the Twizy. To be honest, I could actually just rig it up to like a drill battery or something like that anyway, which is what I might do actually. It might be better to do that. Temporarily stuck the wires in the back of that, and then I'll just try this out, see if it works. Is there any LED on here? One thing here, there's an LED on this bit. So it's got two settings, high and low. Stick it on high. It's showing 2 amps, but half 500 milliamps of that is actually that charger and whatever else I've got plugged in here as well. So that's high, 2 amps. Doesn't seem like a lot. No, it's less than that. And then low is like exactly the same. So yeah, that sounds a bit weird. Anyway, let's just turn it on and leave it on for a second, see what happens. I'm not expecting a great deal actually, to be honest. Maybe it's better if I actually put it onto a seat. Ah, it's actually doing something. It feels warm-ish. Interesting. Well, it's not taking a lot of current, so like 2 amps. So that's fine. I mean, that's like 24. It's less than 2 amps because of the other stuff. Obviously, it's like 24 watts. So that'll be fine. Just plugged into the Twizy there. Well, I'm just going to leave that there for a minute. I need to take the car out in a minute, so I'm just going to run to the shops. All these blooming errands, aren't they? Yeah, and I'll take the Twizy. Right, don't catch fire. Right guys, here we go again. So I'm just going to nip down the shop. It's not very far. It's probably like a few miles. And I've got the heated seat pad down here, but you won't be able to see it. It feels pretty warm actually. It's not bad at all. Probably don't really need it, but it's worth a go. Just out of interest, if anyone wanted to try it. It's drawing basically 2 amps, something like that. So, all right. So on here I've got, this has crept up to about 40 miles now, which is quite interesting. The car's just been sitting here for, I don't know, probably like 15 minutes while I had the heated windscreen on. So that's why it's nice and clear. Yeah, we're on 96% charge. You can see the temperatures there, motor temperature 10 degrees, battery 5. We're in normal mode, and then yeah, just off we go. Bum's nice and warm. Actually feels really nice and warm. Just adds a little bit of comfort. It's quite nice. I haven't bothered with the gloves today because it's quite a lot warmer anyway. Start to hear the wind noise as you get up to like 45. Really, it's not as bad as being on a bike, that's for sure. Right, so I'm just coming up to the garage now. You can pull out, you're a prior, so I'll let you. It's just the funny looks you get. It's so funny, especially when I park this out the front of the garage. If I can get a space, it's just hilarious. And the good thing is you can just squeeze into tiniest little spaces like. It's actually a proper space there, so that's alright, but if there was a really small space, you just get straight in there. Alright, to the shops. Very fitting. Right guys, so I'm back in here. Yeah, good bit of fun, good little blast, good excuse to take the Twizy out again. The lights, I'm starting to get a few people flash me now, which is it's a bit annoying. I've had this before with like the Xenon kits where you kind of put a HID bulb in a normal housing, like a H4 style housing, non-projector, just a reflector type thing, and it never works great. So I might have to look at some other kind of solution for that. I mean, it does feel like you've got your main beams on. Now I've got the LEDs kind of lined up right. Yeah, look, I'll show you this as well. So this is another light. This is like another bulb that I've basically got hold of. Now this one's quite interesting because it's actually got the fan on the outside of the light, and the way this fits into the Twizy's lights is it basically goes in there's a disc and it slots into the disc, and then basically that disc screws onto the back of the headlight. So effectively this bit actually goes into the headlight, which is quite good. But the only problem is you've got this on this one, you've got this lip here. So this one here, I've just started filing it to see if I can get it to go a bit better, because I've got this funny thought. If any of you guys have tried this, let me know. But the lights that I've got in there at the moment, they look very similar to this, but they've got the fan on the back. And what I've done is I've basically pushed it into the hole, and then it's a sort of a temporary thing, and it's got like a kind of, you know, like the vehicle tape, like 3M vehicle tape around the outside of it, and I've pushed it in, and they're solid, they're not going anywhere, but they're lined up right. So I've got like the two, so you've got three like cob lights on here, the two kind of like an angle, and then you've got one at the back for the main beam. Now, as I understand it, they go in like that, so you've got a bit of spread up there, a bit of spread there, and then the main beam is down to be reflected upwards. I think that's how they go, that's how I've got it set up. But it seems like my main beam's on all the time, and I'm wondering if where I've pushed it in, it's maybe not gone into the right place horizontally in the housing, so then you're getting like almost, you know, some stray reflections off the bottom, and you're getting a little bit of light. It's not as bad as it was. Like, I was getting flashed, like every person was going that every time they were going past, they were just flashing me. So now it's like one in every like 5 or 6 cars, still quite a lot, but it's not as bad. But I did have a situation earlier where I went through like a little police roadblock. I didn't film it, it was on the way back from the shop, and the copper was standing there, and as I went past, he kind of went like that, but fortunately didn't stop me. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to file the rest of this one down. It still looks like it goes up a bit of a, I don't know, I need to have a look at this, but I'm going to file this down and then put these in the housing, and at least it will be as they've been designed, because, you know, this section here, these kind of little tabs that stick out, will be exactly the same as your kind of normal H4 bulb. So if you look at that, it's kind of, well, it's not really in the same position. Oh no, hang on, yeah, it is. No, it is. So the dipped one, yeah, it's almost parallel to it. So if you look at this, the dipped light, the one with the, there it is, there, that's it, that way around. So if you look at them, they're actually quite in line. And then when you look at the main beam, I'll just spin that one round, that's in line with that element. So yeah, that's probably about right. We'll have a play around, and I'll let you know how it goes. If anyone's found some lights that are successful and they work well, and they fit into the housing without any modifications, and they don't come from China and take ages, let me know. So yeah, it's all interesting stuff. Another little update with the bike, I got a message to say that the other speed controller is coming back. So the 14 kilowatt speed controller is on its way back, which is really good. So I will change my 8 kilowatt controller on the bike back to the 14 kilowatt, and then I'll have an 8 kilowatt one spare if it goes wrong again. Hopefully it won't. They did actually say to me that it was due to the overload of a low power circuit, and I said, can you explain more, you know, about what I could do to prevent that from happening again? And they said, yeah, don't overload the low power circuit. Basically, the USB port on the speed controller is a USB port for charging phones. No, I never use that. So something weird. I don't know if it's just a generic reply to a problem, but yeah, I don't know. That doesn't really make any sense, because I haven't been using that at all. I'm still waiting on the battery to come back from the bike as well. Once that's done, then it'd be good to get that going again, like on full power as well, because I'm missing the acceleration and the wheelie popping and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're not already, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for all the support on the last video. It's really good to see all the comments you guys are leaving, and you know, the support there. So yeah, thanks for that, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video.